Hello, everybody. It's been a little while. But guess what? We are back with GKR 2023 Week 6 action. And of course, the thing I know most of you want to see, Calalas. I see no surprises here. The questions. Is Mo light playing? Is Mo playing? All the usual stuff, and as you saw right there, moments ago on the screen in front of you, he is scheduled for today if the game goes that far. But of course, that is an if. Will the game get to that point? Well, that's up to the other players in the game. Bans today. No big surprises from Calalas. The fairly overpowered Goblin Giant needs a nerf. Banned by Calalas, Sparky, Pump, and Evo Recruits. Banned by Tropical Gaming, so you will not see Evo Recruits spammed like crazy today. And you know what? I'm really excited about that because, oh my word. I went to play a game of Ultimate Frisbee, and the opposing team, 6 out of 7 players were Evo Recruits. The 7th, an Evolved Knight. It was just obnoxious. We still won, but man, they are everywhere. And we will be getting into our first bit of gameplay here in a moment. Kick off the opening set, the 3v3 BO1s. To start things off, it'll be Adriel versus SB, then Lucas versus Jonah. And if the first 2 games are 1-1, then we'll go to Pedro versus Bob the Rock. That will be our 1v1 BO3 set, and those of you who were asking, Mohamed Light, scheduled to be the 3rd player, the anchor spot in the King of the Hill set number 2, so if we get to that spot, we'll see him. And he is also scheduled to be in the set 3, the final duel. Again, if we get there, that's the big question. Do we make it? Naseed saying, if all goes right, it shouldn't be much trouble for Calalas. If all goes right. You know, it does feel like a few of the CRO World finalists are maybe taking it a little easy this month just to get some rest before they gear up their practice as they head into prep for World Finals. We've seen a few of them take losses you wouldn't normally expect. And my suspicion is that they're just resting a bit before the big grind. And of course, as we are expecting, I believe, let me just double check this before I think it's Royale API put out something. Before I start speaking out of turn here, let me just confirm that I'm let's see. Game update from Royale API. And they posted card number 110, rumored to be a brand new champion. Okay, so there's going to be some changes as we get into this next month. So I think a lot of players are taking a little bit of time to relax and not grind super hard, and knowing that there's going to be some meta shifts coming up. And yeah, Adriel running Evo Bats. What could tell you more that we are maybe not going our hardest than seeing Evo Bats? I could be wrong. Mohamed Munam asking, when do World Finals? You talking about World Finals? Those will be November 24th through 26th, live from Helsinki, Finland. Sup, Tossing Plastic, how are you? SB turn those bats into an easy counter push. Curtis Bennett asking, guys, genuine question, why is Gob Giant and Sparky such a good combo, better than Sparky with any other giant? There are a couple reasons, Curtis. Currently, I mean, right now, the Goblin Giant went through 3 buffs this year. The Spear Goblins on its back now shoot a little bit faster. Also, Spear Goblins overall were given a range increase. And then also the Goblin Giant was had its HP buffed. Overall, though, the other big reason is that it gives more utility than the regular Giant or other troops, right? It's relatively inexpensive, and the regular Giant, even though it's less elixir, not having the support of those 2 spears is so different. And the Goblin Giant gives a little extra oomph both defensively and offensively. Smurfblade saying, personally, the new champion will be irrelevant because of evolutions, but I could be wrong. Well, that new champion might not be the only thing coming, right? Like, there was that weird foot pick. That might be the champion. That might not be the champion. By the way, kudos to the marketing team and to the art department for generating some engagement with the most ridiculous marketing ploy I've seen out of Supercell ever. It was hilarious. Well played. Claps for you. And SB's going to hold on and take game number 1 off of Adriel. Going with a variation of the ever-popular minor MK Prince deck and not getting it. Let me go ahead to our replay booth and queue up the moment that, of course, ended things. So you see the bats get completely turned around by that Mother Witch. MK comes out low, but hey, there's an Inferno Dragon, and you have nothing for that Inferno Dragon in this deck. Archer Queen goes high, and not going to help much. Great Barb Barrel. SB taking the openings when he can. Here we go. Let's jump into game number 2. Lucas versus Jonah. Discs find a spot in the bag, or not so much. I actually have the discs right here next to me on the shelf. The essence might make a spot, might make it into the bag. I have 2 other essences. I need to take it out to a field and do some field work with it. The T-Bird I'm strongly considering right now. I have some other discs that fit that spot in my bag, but I'm going to take them out. Again, I'm going to compare my 3 essences now and compare the T-Bird with the other discs that hold that spot and see what I feel the most comfortable with. I haven't had a chance to do field work yet. Smurfblade saying some people still use the regular Giant when they want a slower tank so they can build up massive pushes of more support units. And Jonah going to get a ton of great damage here as the E-Spirit will shred those bats. Damage lead significant for Jonah. Elixir lead slight for Lucas. But I like the pressure play. I don't know if he'll get anything out of it. And that Electro Spirit was awful. That Electro Spirit did all the wrong things, and Lucas is going to punish him for it. And then Lucas goes high with the Miner and does not get the damage. Free Elixir back to Jonah, so some uncharacteristic mistakes. And at the moment, we are pretty even, less than 100 HP separating these two. Man, think of the difference we'd be having right now if that miner had not been played in the fisherman range. There wasn't really a good fisherman or a good miner counter in hand at that time. This is a brutal, brutal matchup situation. The Electro Spirit not fast enough. That was a critical defense there for Lucas. He's got to go real aggressive here if he wants to win this. He is not going to win this sitting back playing defense. These Royal Giants will break through far too easily. Let's see if he can get some SimCity going here. He's going to take the damage from the Royal Ghost, but that's fine. That's what he needs here. This Tesla going to go down. Needs to block the E-Spirit if he can. And the log does get it down. This is an impressive performance by Lucas, but a lot of it all comes down to one bad Electro Spirit by Jonah. Miner trying to make room. Those pigs could be a problem. Spears on the tower. 59 seconds left. 267. Lucas has the opening, but has to do a lot defensively, and he might just try to win the foot race here. He might try to win the foot race here, and he's going to. What a game by Lucas. What a game by Lucas, and what a critical error by Jonah. Critical error by Jonah. Big shock in that one. And let me go look up that matchup here. That E-Spirit was such a problem. And looking at that matchup, no small spell for Jonah. And Smurfblade pointing that out here. Having overspent on the wall breakers. Interesting version, trying to keep the cycle quick, but also trying to hedge a lot of bets in this matchup. Pretty unique version of RG, if I do say so myself. And now we go to game number 3, Pedro and Bob. Which will be a bit of fun. Hey everybody, how are you? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I was a little under the weather over the weekend. I don't know if any of you watched Royale Masters on Sunday, yesterday. If you did, it seemed like I was a little slow. It's because I was in bed sick Friday and Saturday. Slayton Jr. had a 104-degree fever, too. We both got knocked out. But I'm recovering-ish. Oh, and I should probably update this scoreboard here, shouldn't I? Oh, no, I shouldn't yet. Not yet. See? My brain's still not working. Let's go ahead and jump into game number 3. Pedro does like a good hog. Will that be the direction he goes in here? Bob, of course, known as an RG player. Might be going drill instead. I feel like we haven't seen a lot of hog guards as of late. It was very popular during a couple months of CRL this year. And that's a big mistake from Bob. That should have been an easy King Tower activation. Instead, mistimes it. And Pedro, free damage, free Phoenix, free everything. Is Bob playing RG with no Fishboy? Kind of playing a variation, like a throwback style with Ewiz and Lumberjack. And finally gets some damage courtesy of the dropped Rage spell from the Lumber. Smurfblade saying this is his typical deck. Ah, all right. I don't watch Bob. But normally no Ewiz. Got it. Yeah, Ewiz is kind of throwback here, huh? I like that Evo Firecracker play. Will it be enough to get the Ewiz out of the way? Cage 2. So RG will get taken care of very easily. And the lead for Pedro continues to grow, 1852 to 2677. Hey, Sandy in the building. And Pedro, little thirsty, does pick up the Lumberjack, but now finds himself down by almost 3 elixir here. Damage recovered by Bob. And Pedro starting to struggle a bit here. Needs to get back to something to stop this RG. Does get the Tesla high. And he has not been able to get past the cage for a while. The lane switch here, maybe just trying to force out a response, get a little damage on the left-hand side. Not really worth it. That's 2 elixir. Kind of thrown down the drain here. King Tower activation finally for Bob. And now an evolved Royal Giant that's going to be very difficult for Pedro to stop. Guards get on. Barb Barrel mostly erases. And that was just in the nick of time. About 300 between these two. I would almost, at this point, if I'm Pedro, be playing defense and trying to spell cycle a little bit. There we go, a little bit of log. Just firecrackers. Needs to get Tesla down again. Evo Firecracker doesn't quite make it there yet. If he can get back to that Mighty Miner and get that 3-card cycle going. He might hog here, yeah, just to force the elixir expenditure. Smart hog. Fireball comes in. Hog does not get a shot. Evo RG should get picked up. And Pedro does hold on, but certainly makes it interesting. And Shot Calalas gets it done the hard way in set number 1. Reverse sweep. And it was not an easy one. Set number 2 incoming here in just a minute. Let me go ahead and turn this music down a bit. It is very loud. Set number 2 on its way here in just a minute. King of the Hill, leadoff hitter for Shot Calalas will be Vitor, then Pedro, then Mohamed Light. 3 2023 World finalists, back to back to back. Pretty devastating group. And then on the Tropical Gaming side, Jors taking the first spot, followed by Jonah, and then Bob the Rock in the anchor position. So should be fun to watch here, folks. Let's see. SeaM saying we need 2v2 back in team format tournaments. Yeah, 2v2's goated. Hey everyone, another work from home day with CR. Life is good. Heck yeah. With each team having both cards, how do we know who's up 1-0 if we just tuned in? With each team having both colors. Oh, well, Calalas is the is I think the home team, right? The blue team. I like how even some members of the other team even have color names. Yeah, well, I honestly don't know what's up with Calalas. They don't have a website. They just have like Twitch, Twitter, right? There, from what I understand, it's like some wealthy guy who's just, this is like his passion, and he's funding this team, which sometimes goes well, sometimes goes horrifically badly. And for those of you looking to join a team, always make sure that you speak at length with people who have previously played for that team, so that you don't find yourself in a situation where you're playing for an org that doesn't provide the support, the financial resources, or, you know, sometimes the money you're owed. So be careful if you're signing deals out there. So sometimes these personal projects like Calalas work out well. That's my understanding. But as far as I know, there's no website. There's no nothing. I don't actually know what Calalas is. What do you think of you streaming live for Top Ladder Players Challenge? What does that mean, Mustafa, specifically? What's the date of the CRL Finals this year? November 24th through 25th. Jor's just YOLOing lava at the bridge. Just YOLOing a lava play. I mean, my man. What even is that? All right, do you? You know, you're there playing and I'm here casting, but what a YOLO to start off. Messi or Ronaldo? Messi. It was just a typical lava first play. Oh, I guess we joined late. I thought he played lava. I thought he lava'd up higher at the bridge. Lava first play. Okay, like I understand that lava first play has become the typical game plan now. But just like Golem first play, it just still feels like it's a thing you should do on ladder when you know the person you're playing against. Not like in an esports competition where you don't actually know the deck you're facing. Vitor's deck isn't that weird in my opinion. I see Smurfblade saying Vitor's deck is more weird. It's like that minor XE NATO control deck with Cage instead of Bomb Tower. I mean, top players in the season, they complete for ladder. Yeah, the only problem with streaming top ladder is I think ladder ends at like 3 or 4 in the morning my time, and I don't have that in me these days. I'm not staying up until 3, 4 in the morning to stream top ladder. And all that gets NATO'd, XE stays up, and you're getting bodied. Naseed saying a local gaming crew steals me money from a CSGO thing for years ago. Yeah. Not all esports teams or orgs are created equal. Some of them are just a dude with a Twitter account. And Evolton saying it's perfect for Pacific time unless you have to work the next day. Yeah, I think it ends at like 1 a.m. Pacific time, which I could still do now. You know, I used to be up until 3, 4 in the morning every night, but not anymore. I don't have that same luxury. All right, this might be a quick one for Calalas. We'll see. Did Mo play yet? No, he is scheduled to play as the 3rd player for Calalas and King of the Hill. We'll see if they even get there. Right now, Vitor out to a 1-0 lead, and of course, as you can see in the bottom right-hand side of, or as you can see on this side of the screen over here, Calalas currently up 1-0. And here you go, taking a look at the lineups. He might not end up playing at all, which is very true. Did Mo even need to play for his team in previous weeks? He has played. He's played. I think he's like 4-0 or something. He has not played a bunch. The benefit of having a ridiculously OP team. Here we go. Game 2. Let's see what Jonah has for us this time around. Some less than stellar moments in that last match against Lucas. Going E-Giant this time. Mustafa saying, how Mo, Vitor, Pedro on the same team? Yeah, because here's the thing. There are no teams anymore. There are, like, let's be honest about this. Teams and orgs in Clash Royale are not even really a thing anymore. Oh my gosh. Wow. Just that everything about what just happened was hilarious. Everything about what just happened right there is hilarious. The Tesla does not pull the E-Giant because it doesn't activate. And then the lightning hits 0 things and she just NATO it back. What a ridiculous sequence. And Jonah now BMing. Jonah, you spent 6 elixir on a not a thing. I definitely clipped that. Han says clip that, please. I definitely clipped that. I really hope that was planned by Vitor. I'm gonna ask him right now in our group chat. I'm gonna ask him right now. That was hilarious. Hilarious. Problematic AR. Didn't it used to be problematic CR? Am I crazy? It is kind of crazy how much... And Jonah just played lightning in his corner. All right. Crazy Edit saying, hey, Rich, same question. Which question? It's the Twitch YouTube difference. Got it. Got it. Good to know. Very curious if that was... That doesn't feel like it was planned. And Jonah, just a stumble. A brutal stumble. And Vitor, 2 up, 2 down. Match point for shot Calalas. All right, back to the question at hand. How Mo, Vitor, Pedro on the same team? Because teams don't exist anymore. Teams aren't a thing anymore. Let's be really honest. Like, orgs, especially... You don't see, like, golfers assigned to orgs, right? They have sponsors, but there's not... Golfers aren't on teams. You don't see, like, fighters really on teams. This is a solo sport. I know we have, like, team events and stuff like that, but... Like, there is no balance in teams. It's just, do you, like, hey, Tribe has one guy... SK has, like, a couple of guys because they have, like, content relationships or whatever. And then there's, like, Shot Calalas, which is some dude's vanity project. A guy who has lots of money who is either his passion or vanity project, whatever you want to say it is. But Tropical Gaming isn't, like, most of these things aren't even things. They're just, like, a guy with a Discord and a Twitter account. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So let's stop pretending. Yes, all these players are on Shot Calalas because no one's paying players to be on teams legitimately anymore. So Shot Calalas is the guy who's opening up his pocketbook for whatever reason. I guarantee you right now that these guys, none of them are making salaries even close to what the league minimum was for CRL when we were in the teams format. I'd almost guarantee it. Is it possible that maybe someone is getting paid an actual amount of money monthly? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what these contracts are, but I really doubt that these guys are getting paid thousands of dollars a month to be on these not teams. I could be wrong, though. And maybe that's what's going on with Shot Calalas. Oh, that's some dude's vanity dream. Yeah, it's... What was the minimum contract during Team CRL? I don't remember. I want to say that it was like $2K a month or something, plus room and board. I think that's what it was. It's been a while. But, like, there were some players who were making, like, pretty darn, like, legitimate, real monthly salaries. It's a big reason why a lot of players kept on playing even after they were washed or, you know, didn't love the game anymore or burnt out, was because they're like, oh, I'm getting paid $4,000 to $6,000 a month to play Clash Royale. Yeah, I'll keep doing it. A couple players more than that. The rumor that I heard was that Buffmac's big signing was for somewhere between 8 and 10K a month. Not too bad, honestly, with housing. Yeah, especially when you're 16 to 22, definitely not too bad. Again, that's why so many players... That's why I said this at the end of CRL teams. And I said that the end of CRL teams almost gave permission to a lot of players who wanted to quit, that they could finally quit because they didn't feel bad leaving so much money on the table. And RF, like, echoed that directly. He was like, this is so true. There were so many players who were done, who wanted out, really, but just felt like they couldn't walk away from, you know, 4, 5, 6K a month. Is someone saying the video froze? I don't think... Is anyone else seeing the video freeze? It looks good to me. Anyone else on YouTube seeing... I'm only on YouTube today. Anyone else on YouTube seeing problems right now? Man, Bob is just throwing E-Giant. This is like E-Giant cycle. So many E-Giants. This Mother Witch causing real problems. Could Vitor finally go down here? You'd think that E-Giant Lightning... I mean, 30 seconds left. Never mind, it's GG. Never mind, GG. Naseed saying, when you're 26 plus or married, household monthly income shouldn't be below 10K. Man, you have a very warped view of what people actually earn. The vast majority of Americans earn far below $120,000 a year as a household. Vast majority of people in the world, but that includes people in the US. All right, Vitor, 1, 2, 3, King of the Hill sweep. GG, well played. Your MVP. No big surprises here, Vitor. Cooking today. Problematic saying, okay, so I'm planning on to go to Clash Fest since it's close. What are the chances I can network into an esports team? What does that mean, network into an esports team? I don't know what that means. Maybe rephrase that. But happy to see you at Clash Fest. Come say hi. I'll be around. Bruno Too Lazy says, about to watch this while in school. All right, SeaM versus Olimpo up next, so we can come out and hang out for a bit. Let me go ahead and update our score for our first match. Boom, 2-0. GG, well played. Let's see. Yeah, please rephrase that question, Problematic. I don't know what that means exactly. Isn't it better now for the level of competition in CRL teams any players play even though they were not good? Yeah, I think the level of competition is much better. On the flip side, players don't have the same practice ability and schedule, right? When they were parts of teams, they had set practice hours, they had people they were working with, like there was a different type of dedication. So it's 50-50. So it did two things. One, the players who didn't want to be there and were just there because it was easy money, and there's a long list of those players, they all got sloughed off, right? That's why you see very few of the CRL teams players still around, because a lot of them are just burnt out. They were burnt out, they were washed, whatever it was, and that let them go away. But on the same vein, you don't have the same infrastructure that creates the practice schedule and caliber that makes players get to their absolute best. So it's kind of a double-edged sword there, as many things are. I remember whose joke this was, but it was even a single-edged sword is a double-edged sword because one side cuts and the other side doesn't. Right? I don't remember whose joke that was. Let's see. Bob needed a NATO, the invisible archer queen there. That might be a thing. If you earn over 35 to 40k, makes you 1%er. That's not true, but yeah, like the idea that everyone over 26 is making 120k a year is insane. 120k a year is very high up on the salary scale compared to even the U.S. national average. Let's see. Who is Bob the Rock even? Longtime pro player. He played in CRL. Did you? I like to go, I go to Helsinki, meet hella people, beat enough pros to get noticed. Well, Problematic, you can beat enough pros to get noticed. You can go and play ranked and then get into CRL. Like, you can get noticed without having to go to Helsinki, right? Like, I don't know why. I want you to come to Helsinki, come to World Finals. That'd be super fun. But separate that from whether you have a professional playing career. Just go win things. Is Surgical playing today? I don't know. Let me actually take a look at the lineups for today. Is Surgical on one of the teams playing today? Let's see. Let's see. No, Surgical's not playing today. Are you the owner of Shot Calalas? No. I would not be throwing money after... Esports orgs are a bad business, dude. Don't get into it. They're not a good business. He said married. He's referring to combined salaries. He said 20. He said 26 or married. But either way, even then, most households' combined salaries are nowhere near 120,000. Right? I'm good. I'm fine. I'm doing pretty well. Me and Mrs. Slayton are doing all right. But we're the exception, not the rule. But people can get twisted because of perceptions. And the reality is, like, what is the average U.S. household income? The median household income in the U.S. is $74,000. There you go. Median household income. So there you go. Let's see. I get what you mean is trying to get scouted. I guess I'll see you in Helsinki and give proof by demonstration. What does get scouted mean, though? Who would scout you for what? There is nothing to scout you for. You know what I mean? Like, go hit top. Go make a top finish on ranked. Like, go get some high finishes on ranked. High finishes in global tournaments. Qualify for some of these open events. There's no more teams. Didn't you just say I was based for saying there's no more teams? Are you all over the place? Like, yeah, don't, like, I guarantee, like I'm saying, the teams mean nothing now. These teams mean nothing now. These orgs on balance in general basically don't exist anymore. But there's nothing to be scouted for. Let's see. 1v1 me right now. Who? Me? No. Rich can still use super chats. Cool. Can you? That's pretty rad. I don't know what the ouch is for. I'm coming to finals. Cool. Hey, everyone come to finals. It'll be fun. Problematic. It's over. I don't even know. I don't know what's going on. Here's the thing about CR now, is there is no barrier to entry other than your skill level. There is no barrier to entry. You could be in Royale Masters. You could be in Queso Cup. You could be in CRL. All you got to do is win. That's it. Win. Like, this isn't like finding a job where you hand someone your resume and eSports guy will work with you. Yeah, no, just go win. Just win, baby. Just win, baby. That's it. That's all that CR is now. There's no networking. Like, the number of players who did not belong in CRL at all, who had multi-year careers in CRL teams because they were good at networking, is crazy. Here we go. This year here to spectate, next year to compete. Cool. Just win, baby. Just win. They had the lineups a minute here. Is Texas starting to cool off or just blazing you around? Texas is starting to cool off a lot. Thanks. Yeah, it's gotten a lot better. Actually rained today, so I have to postpone rounds for a couple of days. It is starting to cool off. I think it's still going to be like 80-something today. But we've had some cooler days. Yeah, high is like 86 today. Highs are in the 80s all week. And then next week we have a day where the high is 52. So who the heck knows? Look at these bans. I think, is this just like the bans everyone's doing now? Will I be a caster in the finals? Yes, CRL is my job. Deshaun the Wraith. It's actually a really cool thing about CR when you think about it, though. The only thing stopping you from being a pro is your ability to win. That's it. Tossing Plastic. Wonder if I could bring the van down there for a bit. Bro, come. I'll come do a round. I can do a content day. We'll film an episode. That sounds fun. If you're down. I follow you from Iraq. Oh wait, hold on. Follow you from Iraq. Hey Mohamed, thanks for that, dude. Appreciate it. Love having people from all over. People have GG Sparky PTSD from ladder. Dude, I've been playing, I have to admit, I've been playing some Goblin Giant Sparky the last couple days. It has been dumb fun. Very dumb fun. Here we go. Lineups for the first set. Quentin, Alpha, and Paolo against Victor, Ali, and CAPGUN. Does saying Clash Royale is my job still feel satisfying after all these years? Yes. I mean, to be honest, like... And this is I'll come on camera for this one. I want to be very clear. Esports was never my dream job. Esports was a job that I found when... So, I mean, I've told the story before. I was a stand-up comic full-time for 10 years. And on the side, I was doing play-by-play commentary for mixed martial arts. I saw that mixed martial arts didn't really have much upward mobility because there were too few jobs for too many people. And I began looking for other places to be a professional commentator. But I'd been working on, like, low-level shows for 6-7 years at that point. And then I started thinking about esports and started trying to dip my toe into some esports production commentary opportunities. And then the open casting call for Clash Royale came on. And I went through multiple rounds of auditions and got the job, and it kind of changed my family's life. I love what I do. I love casting Clash Royale. I love casting CRL. It is so much fun. I absolutely love it. If I could make the same money just doing stand-up and do stand-up only in town and not have to travel 40 weekends a year, I would do stand-up. I would drop Clash Royale for stand-up in a heartbeat. But Clash Royale is really awesome. If I could do both, that'd be really great. But the reality is I can't do stand-up without being on the road, and I don't want to be away from my family that much. So, let's see. Except for the MMA part, that climate can be really toxic to be in all the time. Clash for show and upgrade. What climate can be toxic? Do I think Mohamed Light will win again? World Finals? It's really hard to do. Tossing Plaza, I don't know if you can discuss, but are you for sure casting next year, or is it a year in discuss? Yeah, like, I mean, it's typically year by year. But from my understanding, as it always is the case, if Clash Royale League is around, I'm casting it. I have not been given any indication to the other, to the alternative. And that's the answer for every year. Still have not heard from Vitor whether that was intentional or nonsense. Like, I've heard things at least about UFC. Don't know about your personal experience. Oh, yeah. No, I have no... I mean, honestly, I mean, the money would be way bigger if I was a play-by-play commentator for the UFC. Like, my money is good, but my money would be great if I had that job. But also, I'd be on the road all the time, which, when I was younger and didn't have kids, it sounded really great. And now that I have 2 kids, being on the road consistently does not sound great. Not great for a marriage, and not great for being a dad. So, Tesla placement against Queen was amazing. Yes, indeed. Forever Caster. Oh, thank you very much. I think you're my favorite caster of all time, even though early days Rumham was goated. Oh, well, thank you. You deserve it. Thank you very much. Man, Quentin is holding. Quentin is holding. He's got a lot on the board here to deal with, though. Does he stop this Prince? He does. Does he stop these Breezes? He does not. Boom, boom. Just like that. All that good work. All that good work. Am I crazy, or did you have one last time I heard? Have one. Slayton, baby Slayton, number 2 was born in February. So I have a 5-year-old and a 8 going on 9-month-old. How does time work? You're our dad too, Rich. Aw. Do your homework. And for those of you who are curious, by the way, I know that I missed a lot of days of GKR that were supposed to happen in the last couple of weeks. I'm going to be planning to do some like collective makeup streams just to get that action here on the channel so it's all viewable. So if you guys want to see a lot of GKR all played back to back to back to back to back to back to back with minimal breaks and quick moves. Any thoughts on a third, or is 2 the number? 2 and through, dude. No way I'm doing 3. Oh, makeup streams again. Yeah, that's not. Yeah. I'll be doing makeup streams. They are not live. They're from the clean feeds, but I'll be doing makeup streams for the missed days. Oh man, Quentin the big problem here is he cannot stop these wall breakers. This is kind of the whole point of this deck, right? Is to clog up the lane like crazy and make it so the wall breakers can sneak through, and just can't do it. 1 month later, Rich, such a miracle? Nah. Definitely not. Definitely not. Medically not going to happen, if you get my drift. Remember this, we such again Twitch chat years ago, his first word would be wow. Yeah, I feel you on that. That's funny. My friends started to get married and have babies. Still feels real to me. I was playing Clash Royale in high school. Yeah, my buddies first started having getting married and having kids like in my I think I was like 25, 26 when my first friends started getting married. Evo Knight is the whole point of this deck, and every other Evo Knight deck, snip snap. I don't know. You're 24. Yeah, it starts to happen with some of your friends right around 24, 25. That's when it starts to happen. Although I went to a friend's wedding this summer, so it continues to happen. Here we go. Little Remy Eli in here, huh? What do you guys think? Is Magic Archer viable still? Looking viable right this second. Oh, you messed that up. Dude. Dude, come on. Bro. I live in a van at the moment, so my bar is not very high. I have a friend who did van life. Comic buddy. Had it all tricked out. Interesting Sparky deck here. Is Monk the tank, or is that... Like, are Monk Knight the tanks, or is there going to be a Giant or Goblin Giant here? I don't know this variant. Like, what a fascinating version of of Sparky. Oh, good NATO. I don't know if that's going to matter, though. Does it get enough? Does not. Well played. Well defended by Ali, but down elixir. And or not down damage, just down elixir. Bruno too lazy. Fell and scratched my initiative and it hurts, so if I lose my games, I'll blame it to my injury. I feel you on that. That seems reasonable. Going Skellies and Falcons at an Evo Knight. Interesting. Oh, Goblin Giant's banned though. Yeah, that's right. Crazy. What a weird Sparky deck with no like standard tank for it. And only the one. Yeah, this is not going well for Alpha. And what a bad ability. This has not been the most inspiring gameplay that I've seen in Clash Royale. Mistakes abound, and that's Olimpo squad with a pretty easy 2-0 here to start things off. Let's go ahead and update our score here. Hold on, which team is which? Olimpo squad. There we go. There we go. All right, coming up next will be the King of the Hill. Quentin, Hugo, Paolo versus Ali, CAPGUN, and Wallace. All bans still in effect here. Let's see. Evonai's done irreversible things to this game. Maybe. I don't think Magic Archer is very good these days, but he's usable. Might be the worst meta Clash Royale's ever seen. Sparky decks and spam recruits are everywhere. Yeah, it might be up. Eric Rio, what new sunglasses you got, bro? Not a lot of new stuff that I haven't unveiled already. You can see down here the collection is all over here. I don't know, there might be some stuff in there y'all haven't seen. You guys can see. Let's see if I can. Hold on. Let me see if I can go to. I don't think I have a wide shot set up here. Let me see if I have if I can do a wide shot here real quick. Let me just do something real quick here with that. There we go. Wide shot. There we go. You guys can see. Boom. This is tossing plastic. This is the plastic this is most of the plastic that is not in my actual bag. So there you go. Yeah, as you can see, like the disc golf collection over here, and the sunglasses collection down there. So lots of fun stuff. Let's see. You know what? I'll pick this one. I'll pick up this comment since I haven't had it in a while. Rich definitely uses sunglasses to hide the Zaza eyes. No, I have. I started doing it because my eyes are kind of red naturally, and people kept on making dumb comments like that all the time. So one day I put them on just because I was tired of it, and then they became a thing. They became like kind of a feature. So now I keep on wearing them. But no, I started putting them on because I was tired of people seeing that my eyes are red and irritated, because my eyes are often red and irritated for a wide variety of reasons, including I'm a dad who gets very little sleep, and I've always had sensitive eyes. And I just got real tired of that, so I started wearing sunglasses. There you go. Let me turn off that music. I understand wanting to swerve with Sparky because Goblin at ban, but should use a viable deck. Yeah, I feel you on that one. What do you think of a new champion card? I was surprised it had taken this long to see a new champion, to be honest. You don't speak Spanish. No, I don't. Not in any real functional way. You know, like, I understand a bit because of cognates and stuff like that, but I quite stupidly took French in high school. I definitely need some new shades. I'm going to check them out. Honestly, like, I don't think I even, like, I haven't spoken with Gooder in a while. My creator, like, my discount code with them, I don't think is active anymore. But I can't deny that they're still fresh. Like, they still look really good. But if you're doing stuff that's active, like running or playing disc golf, okay, tossing plastic, this will make sense to you. If Matty O wore Gooders, you would never see his sunglasses fly off his face when he's driving. That's the best thing I can say about him from that point of view. No hype for new champion even from CR. I mean, it's like, you have some patience, my lord. You think that they're just gonna say, "Oh, here's a new thing," and not do a thing around it? Is that actually what you think? Oh man, I missed all the brilliant takes in my chats. Oh, it's good to be back. I respect that you put your family over your career. Yeah, you know, it's definitely was hard, and not doing stand-up full-time, not really doing stand-up at all anymore, is one of the most difficult things, honestly, like from a personal perspective. But it just, and I'm not saying I'm done with stand-up forever in all forms, but I know hundreds of stand-ups, and I know very, very few of them have successful marriages and are present parents. And usually, if they are, it's because they found success before they had a family. So, you know, I prioritize my marriage and my kids over my ego, which is really my ego / my dream, which is really what stand-up is about. So, you know, and also, to be fair, my job is still pretty cool. I'm a play-by-play commentator for the best mobile game ever made. That's pretty rad. I get to do this, right? Like, this right now, what we're doing right now, is work. I'm not making a ton of money off of this stream, right? There's 130 viewers watching. There are some streams where I make a lot more money. And of course, when I'm casting, whenever you see me casting not on my channel, I'm being paid, and the money is pretty good, right? I make a pretty solid amount of money doing this. And it's awesome. It's a really, as far as careers go, as jobs go, this is pretty fresh. Like, it's hard to get much better than this. Stand-up is one of the few things that is better, but just not compatible with what the other priorities I have in life. So there you go. Welcome to the stream, Rich. Thanks for stopping by. Well played. Sunglasses are your niche, and I respect. Cool. What do you... Blah, 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 blah. Matteo is the people's goat. Yep, I feel you on that one. Gooders are polarized. Correct. We enjoy your stand-up. Me too. If I could pick one pro to play with, it'd be Matteo, no question. Yeah, he's definitely way high up on that list, for sure. Danilo, no hablo español. No hablo español. That's all I got. Do you get leg sores while sitting stand up anymore? I don't get leg sores. My like certain parts of my legs do get sore. I don't stand up so much anymore because I moved my office, and there's like one light, one of my two main lights would bump into a thing above it because I'm now in a walk-in closet rather than my old big office that I was in, because my old big office became my baby's new room. So, Rich, hope you make $1 billion, man. Well, thank you. Thank you. That'd be fascinating if this career turned into that. Always been on the road gives you a Will Smith type marriage. Maybe. I mean, look, I've said this before on stream, but I know comedians. There's comedians that I knew for 10 years before I found out that they had a kid back home. Right? It's like, hey, I've known you for a decade, and now I find out you have a 13-year-old back in Milwaukee that I just never knew about because you're here. And you're here being a not yet successful comedian, right? Like the number of people I knew who were like, were busting their butt to make it, and had like, were absentee parents. Just, I'm a lot of things, but that's not one of them. Are you friends with Molten? Have you played disc golf with him? Molten, I've never spoken. I've commented on one or two of his disc golf tweets, never heard back from him. So, hey, if we ever end up in the same place and he's down to play around, sure. Are you going to be at CRL? What do you think, Eric? Do you think I'll be there? What do you think of this deck from Hugo with the Evo Barbs rather than the Evo Knight? I mean, it is helping him a little bit better against these hogs, but you also have NATO Tesla, so didn't really need it. I only ask because if you get Ian and Riley on like an interview or something, motivate the two to play at CRL for next year. They both played this year. Neither qualified for Worlds. They both played. Don't get it twisted. They both played and made good pushes and didn't qualify. I mean, let's be very clear. And I like Ian and Riley both. Ian finished 18th overall in points, which if you take out those top 7 means he finished 11th. Ian finished just a few spots out of making it to Worlds. He made it like he made it to the round robin stage. He made it to the round robin stage 3 times and to the bracket stage 1 time. Ian really went for it. But they only you don't get to play at Worlds, like you don't just get to play at Worlds, you have to qualify for Worlds. So yeah, Ian played all 7 months of CRL and just fell a little bit short. And then Riley I think might have missed the first month if I remember correctly. Let me take a look at that for a second. Let me double check. Yeah, Riley I mean, this was just a big mistake on his part. And I'm not sure he would have qualified anyway. He made the round robin stage 3 times, but he made top 10 on ladder and then didn't play in the CRL portion during the first month. So that was just a big mistake on his part. He might have been able to qualify for World Finals had he played that first month. He would have at least been very much in the conversation. But even then, after 5 months, he was in the conversation, and then that was a much closer game than my attention gave it credit for. But, is that the end of the match, too? That might be the end of the match. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. That was just 2 wins. Yeah, Riley was really in contention after 5 months, and then just did not perform well in the Swiss stage in month 6 or month 7. Only got 6 wins in the 6th month, which is definitely not viable. And then in the final month, he got 7 wins, which only 1 or 2 7-win players are going to make it through to the group stage. So yeah, Riley just didn't get it done. But both these guys participated. But to make Worlds, you got to qualify. So maybe they can do it next year. I don't know if we'll get them on. Maybe an interview will happen. We'll see. I'm not in charge of the production. So maybe we'll do an interview with one or both of them. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know if we're even doing floor interviews this time. You probably will be at some point. Think we'll ever see AC competing again? No. Nah. I doubt it. I thought Worlds was an open competition for the top 10,000 players. Yeah, I mean, Worlds... It is interesting to me how much people don't really... Like, how people kind of, like, follow the esports, but don't really understand... Maybe we just... we don't really understand, like, the format, right? So, every month, the top 1,000 finishers on Ranked get invited to a Swiss bracket. From that Swiss bracket, the top 32 make it to a group stage. Round robin, 8 groups, and the winners of each group make it to the monthly final. That's the top 8. Over the course of those 7 months, the winner of each monthly final gets a golden ticket directly to World Finals, and everyone else gets points based off their placement. At the end of the year, the 7 golden ticket winners and the top 7 players on points advance to World Finals, alongside 2 players from our Chinese competition. This year, that will be Not Afraid and higher. Who's co-hosting at Worlds? The casters at Worlds will be me, Nate Shot, Jim Carrey, and Taylor Swift. Should be fun. Is there an upper and lower bracket? Yes, double elimination bracket. How many subs did you have before being a CRL commentator? I was not a Clash Royale content creator before being a CRL commentator. Yeah, no Ice Cube this year. We couldn't get him. He was too busy making his next family movie. Travis Kelce going to be there too. He's doing Clash of Clans though. What if you did a stand-up show at your house once a year? At my house? I'm not inviting a crowd to my house. Also, you gotta do stand-up regularly if you're gonna be good at it. You can't, like, do stand-up once a year and be any good. Right? Imagine playing Clash Royale once a year and thinking you're gonna be any good at it. Oh, despite getting some good damage, Paolo is falling behind, and no big surprises here. Hey, Tossie Plastic, enjoy the courses. Once I get some field work in, I'll tell you how those discs work for me. I gotta get a chance to do some field work though before I decide if they're in the bag or not. What should we bring for the house stand-up? I can bring napkins and plates. Bring your cover charge. This is a bit of a struggle here for Paolo, who's now facing 2 Magic Archers on the board. And, of course, NATO in hand. Wall Breezy's behind the Evolved Knight. And NATO to line all of that up. And that is going to be an easy win here for Olimpo squad. The seams. Sea monsters coming apart at the seams. GG, well played. Your MVP with an easy King of the Hill sweep, Ali. Mugi plays once a year, is good at it. Sure. How can you qualify as a team for competitions like this? I don't know. I know that there's a way. I just don't actually know the details there. I do know that that was a clean win for Ali and company. Easy peasy. No difficulty. Tomorrow we are back. French SWAT, if they show up, versus MKERS. And then ENOSIS versus Rising Sun. Yosef, Rich, do you have any advice on becoming a Clash Royale commentator? Do it for fun on your own channel, hosting your own tournaments and events. And don't have any expectations because the jobs that pay are pretty much all taken. No offense. But there's not like there's the likelihood of a career as a Clash Royale commentator is pretty slim now. You know, there's some people who have the job and aren't really planning on going anywhere anytime soon. But the best thing you can do, a few people have had some opportunities, right? Mini Minter, Delta MK, both of them, I kind of connected them once they'd been hosting some own stuff on their own channel for a while, connected them with some of the promoters who do small stuff. But yeah, start hosting, casting stuff on your own channel, hosting your own tournaments and competitions, get some reps in, become someone that when someone says, hey, Rich isn't available, or Juicy isn't available, or this person isn't available, become someone who they go, hey, but this person is pretty good. We've been seeing him do it for a while. And then we can, you know, work you in for those things. You might get worked in. But yeah, don't go to it with expectations. If you want to be an esports caster, I would be surprised if there were many long-term future opportunities for new esports casters, for many new esports casters in the CR space. Just being honest. Only 2 matches? Yeah, always only 2 matches for the actual live streamed ones, but when we do some makeup streams, we'll be doing like a bunch of matches for some of these makeup streams. Wish Worlds was in the US. Yeah, that'd be cool. It was in 2019. It was very fun. Why are all the best players in this game 16 to 20-year-olds? Because they have plenty of time to dedicate to it. Big question, what sunglasses take into Worlds? I have a special pair that you haven't seen yet that is for Worlds. All matches over? Yup. Use code RICH, the real entry. Yeah, hey, you know what? If you're looking to get something in the shop, use my code. Use code RICH. I don't promote it at all. I really should promote it way more. Wait, where is it? Come on, code RICH. Are you going to play? Is it not even linked? Is it not even working? That's crazy. Where are you, code RICH? Why are you not working? Yeah, there's my code RICH. Why don't you play? There we go, code RICH. I don't promote this code much at all. So, yeah. As a commentator, why do you use a headset mic and not a super expensive desk mic if your entire thing is speaking? Because those desk mics aren't as good for being a commentator. In fact, if you watch any sports broadcast in any sport, you're watching the NFL, you're watching the NBA, you're watching other esports, we all wear headset mics as opposed to one of those Shure microphones, which are really good for content creation, especially when you're not getting information back into your ears. But there's a few reasons why I use a headset mic. Number one is that no matter which way I turn my face, my volume and sound is consistent, right? If I have a desktop microphone, if I move away from it or move different ways, things like that, then the volume, the sound that you're getting is now inconsistent, which isn't good for esports, especially because I'm reacting, I'm checking different things, I'm doing stuff. So yeah, that's one of the main reasons. Number two is when people are content creating, they don't need to be getting stuff back in their ears as much. Me, I'm getting game sounds, I'm getting music, I'm getting my co-commentators, things like that. So it's better for that as well. Those are the 2 main reasons, the big ones. But when you see us on the desk at like CRL, we're wearing headset mics so that I can turn and look at my co-commentator and the sound stays consistent. That's why. This is still a good quality microphone that gives good quality sound, and there's no reason for me to use a desktop. There's no good reason for me to use a desktop mic for casting esports. What kind of headset do you have? I use a Shure SM7B, and your audio is just as good, if not better. This is an Audio-Technica BPHS-1. The link for it is actually in the description on this video below. You can go ahead and take the Amazon link. It's my, it's like my, whatchamacallit, my Amazon promo link or whatever if you're interested in getting it. It's a solid, just above entry-level headset mic. XLR input, the whole thing. They have the they do have the BPHS2, but the one is phenomenal. I'm using this same headset mic now for, I want to say 4 years, something like that. So, who do I think will win first place in CRL 2023? No idea. What do we get for using code RICH? A discount? No, it's a way to support a content creator, right? A lot of the content creators have codes in the game, so if you use our code in the game when you buy stuff, you support us, we get a little bit of money. It's just a nice thing to do if you're planning on buying stuff anyway. So there you go. That's gonna be it, folks. This has been a fun day. I really enjoyed it. Thanks everyone for being cool today. I know that there's the little notification up above, and I appreciate you guys creating a good positive environment for today's stream. It means a lot. Let me see. I was going to do something, but I can't remember. I don't think I even have the appropriate end screen for all this. So, is what it is. I am going to say goodbye, and I'll see y'all back here tomorrow for the next day. As always, be excellent to each other and party on, dude. Queso Cup. Ah! All right.